going to be a difficult recap for me to keep calm because I've left Staples Center. I fumed the entire way home, and I'm still quite irate at the way things ended tonight. Oh my God. It was the craziest ending to a game I have ever seen in my life, and I was at a game where we were down 6-3 and scored 3 goals in the space of the last 2.5 minutes of the game. This was similar. Let's start at the beginning. Jeff Carter is back. I have my Jeff Carter earrings on, number 77. We have missed him so dearly for so many reasons. It's really nice to have him back. They definitely eased him into it. It took him a while. I didn't get to see his time on ice, but they were definitely measuring his minutes for sure. So that was nice to see. That was a really good thing. And then in the first 10 minutes of the game actually starting, more happened in that amount of time than happened the entire Kings-Dallas game. Within 51 seconds, we'd given up a goal because apparently that's what we do now. We should really just start games down 1-0 and see where we go, because that might be easier than actually having to watch us give up the first goal in every single freaking game that we play. So we give up a goal, and Camilleri has one of the assists. It's on a delayed penalty. Camilleri got 3 assists tonight. 3. So glad we let that one go. Yeah. The other 2 Kings that we let go that are now, well, I wouldn't say we let Lucic go, but the other 2 Kings that are now in the Oilers team did significantly more for us. Thank you. Sekera got a penalty. Didn't really do anything with it, but thank you for it anyway. Lucic, Pearson, and McDavid all got in this huge 3-way collision at the beginning, and on the Kings' blue line, and McDavid did not look happy leaving the ice. So thank you, Lucic, for taking out your own captain. Good job, dude. And then things got really crazy because there was an Edmonton penalty, and then there was another one, and the Kings had 5-on-3 for a good minute and a half. 5-on-3, guys. This is going to be really good. It's going to be great. Oh, wait. Does Daddy remember how to play hockey? Oh, my gosh. Daddy was so off tonight. He had some great blocks towards the end of the game. The first period, it was like he was drunk. We iced the puck. How do you ice the puck at a 5-on-3? That's amateur hour. It was so pathetic. And I knew it was going to come back and kick our ass. Of course it did. This is all literally before the halfway mark of the first period. Goal, penalty, another penalty, more penalties, 5-on-3s, McDavid almost getting taken out, and I'm exhausted before we've even got to the first, or the second, media timeout. Okay, so things calmed down a little bit. But things still aren't looking really great for the Kings. They're playing from behind, which I guess they're used to, but they just didn't really seem that sharp or on top of things. Kempe got a penalty to begin the second period, and we're like, okay, great. Okay, it's going to be one of those games, and, sure enough, we give up the second goal in the second period, and you're like, yeah, 2-0 against the Oilers. Oh, and the Flames won 5-1 today. Great, okay. Let's not look at the playoff picture because it's just going to make you sad. Even sadder than it did yesterday. Though the Ducks did lose, so that helps. But at the time, we didn't know this. At the time, we just know that we're down 2-0 against a team we perhaps shouldn't be down 2-0 against. And then suddenly Tyler Toffoli does a thing. Guys, Tyler Toffoli did a thing! Oh, I'm so proud of him. It was so nice to have him and Papa Karts back together. I don't even want to speculate how long it's taken Tyler Toffoli to get this goal, but he did, and we're very happy for him, so thank you. 2-1 doesn't look that bad at all, except, oh wait, we did that thing that the Kings always do, where we get a goal and we look like we're going to make a comeback and then almost immediately give up another one. Seriously, almost immediately. That was Camilleri's second assist. Like I said, 3 assists tonight. 3 assists. Super glad we let that guy go. I will say that Thompson, one of our new guys, had a really good night. I was very, very impressed with what he did. He was making some nice blocks, even though he's not a defenseman. He had some good hits along the boards. He was very much hustling, and I really wish that more of the Kings had have taken his example, because if you had have played for the first, say 40 minutes, the last 20 minutes wouldn't have needed to be as exciting as they were. And yes, I love exciting hockey games, but seriously, it's playoff push time. You do not need to put this much pressure on yourself. Play a full 60 minutes, and you guys have got a good team. The chances are you're going to do really well. Okay, so, Mitchell. I wanted to point out Mitchell, too, number 71. He did a lot of little things this game that kind of reminded me of the Trevor Lewis things that we've been missing. So, yeah, there were a couple of good players on the ice. Kopitar was just, phenomenal, as always. Thank God we have Anze Kopitar. Carter was a little tentative, but it's his first game back, and Cliffy is trying to go after, and Phaneuf, too. We're both trying to go after guys that are going after Carter. So you've got some good team camaraderie there, though there's a lot of good things. But Doughty was off. The third goal was a neutral zone turnover from Drew Doughty that led to a 2-on kind of one, but really 2-on-0, and there was no way Quick was going to have that. It just wasn't going to happen, even as Jedi as Quick is. And so going into the third, I'm not really that confident that the Kings are going to do very much with it. It's 3-1. Kind of nothing's really happening. They're finally getting some momentum and some energy and actually looking like they're playing. But once again, and I fear this is going to be the story of the playoffs, too little, too late. Mostly. We thought it was. We really thought it was, because it took us... There weren't any penalties in the third period, so there's no special teams. All of that was looking good, but the Kings just could not get one past Talbot. Not for lack of trying in the third. It just wasn't happening. There were a lot of really close calls. There was a lot of net front's presence. They were doing all the right things that just makes you want to scream, why weren't you doing that for the 40 minutes before? But I've harped on that. Let's get to the last minute or two of the game, because that's when things get either exciting or horrifying, or a mixture of both, depending on how you look at it. So about 1:30 left in the game. The Kings just haven't managed to get what they wanted, but they're finally playing with gusto, and we pull Quick, and we kind of mess up a little bit, and there's an empty net, so it's 4-2. Oh my gosh, I totally missed a goal if it was 4-2. Sorry. I missed Thompson's goal, which was great. It's 3-2 with about 7 minutes left in the third period. This was a tip-in. Kopitar made the play before. Like I said, Kopitar was phenomenal tonight. He was all over the ice. That was his 801st point, I believe. He got 800 points in his 900th game a couple of games ago, and then, we didn't score for 4 periods in a row, which is bad. Anyway, Thompson does a great thing. Front front presence. I'm still in my head in these last minute and a half of the game. So it's 3-2. Things are looking really good. We pull Quick. And then they get the empty net, and it's 4-2. And you're like, oh, all right. Well, there's a minute or so left in the game. That's it. A lot of people got up and left, and then started banging on the glass when they couldn't get back in, because here comes the crazy. Like, there hasn't been enough crazy to begin with. There is 18 seconds left, and Dustin Brown gets a goal. It's 3-4, guys. It's 3-4 with 18 seconds left, and I could not hate this game anymore if I tried, and I was going to eat my words on that one. Because at 3-4 with 18 seconds, you're like, oh my God, we came so close, and why did it take so long to get to this place? And if we just hadn't have given up that empty net goal, or if Daddy hadn't done that thing, and we hadn't have given up a goal immediately after we scored one, things would have been so different. What if we'd scored on that 5-on-3? Everything about this game is awful. No, it gets more awful than that, because, well, the game ends, and the refs don't seem to be leaving the ice, though, and the players haven't left the ice, and we're all kind of thinking, what happened there? And then Toronto calls and says, I'm gonna review some stuff, because it looks like the puck actually crossed the line here with about 9 seconds to go. And it did. It did. The Kings had tied the game. The whole place went insane. absolutely nuts. It is pandemonium. We have tied the game. We're going into overtime. I mean, there's 9 seconds left, so anything can happen, but there's 9 seconds left, guys, and we've tied the game. And oh my God, all of that effort and everything that we put in. Oh, maybe this game we can actually pull it off, and the playoffs are going to be just in our reach again. And oh, everything is coming up. Kings, oh wait. There's another call. The Edmonton Oilers decide that it's goaltender interference. And at this point, it's very interesting because, to me anyway, because my dad is in Australia still, and his feed is about 60 seconds behind ours. So he's there while I'm still celebrating, oh my gosh, I think we tied this game, before we know if it's tied or not. And we're looking at the reviews, and he's like, oh, I see they just got the empty net goal, 4-2, doesn't look good, like we lost. And I'm like, wait for it. He's like, oh, I see that Dustin Brown got a goal. That's exciting. But with 18 seconds left, I'm not sure how much we can do with that. Wait for it. He's like, oh, my iPad says that we lost 4-3. And at this point, I know that we have, in fact, got the goal. Again, wait for it. And then as my dad gets to see the celebration of the goal that we scored back here in the stadium, they have taken it away from us. They have determined that it's goaltender interference, and we will not get our game-tying goal. We will not get our 1 or potentially 2 points. No overtime for us. We're just done. Well, there was 9 more seconds to play. I'm so frustrated right now because we were so excited. I have never seen the stadium this crazy, and I have been in the stadium when we've won a Stanley Cup. Like, it was erupting. We were just all over the place, and to go from something that high to then having it all crushed and taken away from us. And here's my other thing. I don't understand goaltender interference anymore. John Steesen doesn't understand it. Dustin Brown didn't understand it, and he was the one that scored the goal. Nobody in this league seems to understand what goaltender interference is anymore. It makes no sense. Nothing about it is clear. And of all the things that I have seen been waved off for goaltender interference and the things I haven't, it is not consistent. And of some of the things they've called against us, that's the thing that you're going to say, oh no, that isn't a goal. It's so ridiculous and so frustrating. And it just drives me nuts. That we even had to get to that point. We should have played a full 60 minutes, but we did. We got there. But then we didn't. I almost would have preferred if the game was just 4-2 and we just lost, and well, that sucked. And gosh, there are so many things we need to work on for a team that has as much talent as this team does. But no, just give me hope and then yank it away from me, you heartless people in Toronto. That's my rants. I'll get over it eventually. But probably not. I have a feeling come the standings in April, this is going to be the game where you're going to look back and think, what if we'd gone overtime in Edmonton? Maybe we'd be in a different place right now. And I'm going to hate it. It's going to suck. I really wish I had something better to leave you with. But the roller coaster just went all the way down. There was no up point because we play Vegas on Monday and then we go to Vegas and play them again on Tuesday. So I have absolutely no hope. Everything is awful. Let's go drink.